10 primitive tribes that still exist. Their shocking secrets will amaze you. Have you ever wondered if truly primitive tribes still exist today? Even in our modern world, there are groups of people who have never used electricity, never seen a smartphone, and still live by traditions that are thousands of years old. Some of them build homes in towering treetops. Others dive deep into the ocean without any equipment. And a few still practice shocking rituals that defy belief. Today we'll explore the 10 most primitive tribes on Earth, each with a unique way of life that has remained unchanged for centuries. Stay until the end, because what you're about to see will challenge everything you know about civilization. 10. The Korowai tribe, Indonesia. Imagine living in a house built 100 feet above the ground, balancing on wooden stilts. The Korowai people of Indonesia do exactly that. Their treehouse villages protect them from wild animals and rival tribes. For years, the Korowai were believed to practice cannibalism, consuming the bodies of their enemies in ritualistic acts. However, modern researchers suggest this practice has faded into legend. Still, their isolation meant they were only discovered in the 1970s. Their diet consists of insects, fish, and small game. Despite encountering the outside world, they remain deeply connected to their traditions. Their survival in the dense jungle is a testament to human adaptability. Would you dare to climb into a home perched high in the treetops? 9. The Maasai tribe, Kenya and Tanzania. What if you had to prove your manhood by facing a lion in combat? For centuries, the Maasai warriors of East Africa did just that. This nomadic tribe is famous for their striking red robes and incredible endurance. The Maasai build homes using cow dung and clay, a material surprisingly effective at keeping out heat and rain. Their diet is also unusual. One of their main sources of nutrition is fresh cattle blood, which they drink mixed with milk. Although modern influence has reached them, they still uphold ancient customs, including their famous jumping dance, which determines a warrior's strength. With no electricity, running water, or connection to modern technology, the Maasai live in a world completely separate from ours. Could you survive in such an environment? 8. The Baka tribe, Central Africa. Deep in the Congo rainforest, the Baka people have mastered the art of tree climbing to gather their most prized food, honey. With no ropes or modern tools, they scale 100-foot trees, risking deadly falls for a taste of the golden nectar. The Baka rely on hunting and foraging, using traditional smoke techniques to drive bees from their nests. Their ability to track animals and navigate dense forest without maps is astonishing. Men are responsible for hunting, while women collect roots and berries. Despite their peaceful lifestyle, the Baka face increasing pressure from deforestation. How much longer can they hold on to their ancient way of life? 7. The Mercy tribe, Ethiopia. Would you stretch your lips 6 inches wide just to fit in? In the Mercy tribe, young women insert clay plates into their lips, gradually increasing the size over time. The bigger the plate, the more beautiful they are considered. This unique tradition, believed to date back hundreds of years, was originally meant to make women less desirable to slave traders. Today, it remains a mark of status and pride. Mercy men, on the other hand, engage in intense stick fights to prove their strength. They live in tiny huts, built with minimal materials, relying on cattle and crops for survival. Their bold body paint and the warrior culture make them one of the most visually striking tribes in the world. 6. The Pokot tribe, Kenya. Could you afford a wife if you had to pay in cows and sheep? In the Pokot tribe, marriage requires a bride price of up to 50 sheep or 20 cows, a fortune by their standards. This nomadic group survives in Kenya's harsh desert environment by herding livestock and fishing. Boys as young as 13 are considered ready for marriage, and men can have multiple wives if they can afford them. The Pokot also have a reputation for raiding neighboring tribes for cattle, a practice passed down for generations. Despite the violence, their traditions remain deeply rooted. Would you be able to survive in a culture where livestock determines your entire future? 5. The San people, Botswana, Namibia, South Africa. Can you imagine living without money? The San people rely entirely on hunting and gathering, using simple bows and poison-tipped arrows to hunt in the African savanna. They don't build permanent homes, instead setting up simple huts made of sticks and grass. Despite their basic lifestyle, their tracking skills are legendary. A single footprint in the sand can tell them an animal's weight, age, and direction. While modern influences have begun to change their way of life, many San still reject technology and live by the same principles as their ancestors. Their connection to nature is so deep that they believe every hunt is a spiritual experience. Could you live a life completely disconnected from the modern world? 4. The Hadzabe tribe, Tanzania. If your house took just one day to build, would you move around more? The Hadzabe people live in temporary shelters made from branches and leaves. With no modern stress, they spend their days hunting, gathering, and telling stories under the stars. The Hadzabe are one of the last true hunter-gatherer societies, using bows and arrows made from animal tendons. They can go for days without food, surviving on roots and berries. With no written language, they pass down knowledge through storytelling. Despite pressures from the outside world, they remain fiercely independent. What would it be like to live completely free from modern society? 3. The Karo tribe, Ethiopia. Would you want a bigger belly to attract a partner? In the Karo tribe, men with the largest stomachs are considered the most attractive and successful. To prepare for their annual beauty contest, men spend 6 months drinking only milk and avoiding physical activity to gain weight. The winner earns high status and the admiration of women in the tribe. Aside from their unusual beauty standards, the Karo are known for their elaborate body paint, used in ceremonies and rituals. Despite their isolation, they maintain one of the most visually stunning cultures in Africa. Could you survive in a society where beauty is defined by size? 2. The Wodabe tribe, West Africa. Can you imagine a beauty contest where men are the ones being judged? In the Wodabe tribe, men paint their faces, dress in elaborate outfits, and dance in a competition to win the hearts of women. This Garawal festival is a unique tradition where women get to choose their partners based on charm and elegance. Even married women can leave their husbands for a more attractive man. This nomadic tribe travels across the Sahel region, surviving harsh desert conditions. Could you handle a culture where your looks determine your fate? 1. The Bajau people, Southeast Asia. Would you survive underwater for 5 minutes? The Bajau people of Southeast Asia are known as sea nomads because they spend most of their lives on boats, diving deep without equipment to hunt fish. With enlarged spleens that store extra oxygen, they can dive up to 200 feet while holding their breath. However, as modern life encroaches, their way of life is disappearing. Will they be the last true oceanic tribe? In today's fast-paced world, we often forget the value of simplicity and resilience, qualities that these ancient tribes have mastered. The Sand People teach us the power of observation and patience, skills that can improve our focus in daily life. The Bajau divers remind us of the incredible adaptability of the human body, showing that with training, we can push our limits. The Maasai warriors live by discipline and endurance, traits essential for success in any field. While we may not live in the wild, embracing these lessons, adaptability, perseverance, and mindfulness, can help us navigate modern challenges with greater ease. Which of these tribes shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments.